The expression pedal. So handy, so amazing, yet so often underappreciated and undervalued and never used to its full potential. It's good for just about anything. A paperweight, hold the door open, quickly act like you're on the phone when someone walks in your office. One second. But even more than all those great things, with this epic piece of gear, you can express yourself. And as guitar players and worship leaders who are always striving to get the perfect tone, this little guy is here to help. With the expression pedal, you can dial in any effect to the precise amount that suits you. And today, that's what we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna share with you 6 things you should try with your expression pedal. But Jimmy, didn't you already make a video about expression? Yes, I did. Well, if I've already seen that video, do I need to watch this one? Yes, you do. You need to stick around and watch this video. And if I get to the end of this video and I really like what I saw, do I actually need to hit the like button and subscribe and share it with my friends? Yes, that would be fantastic. And also comment down below which of the 6 were your favorite. Can I see the expression pedal? No. Dude, let me see it. Okay, just chill, hold it. Let me hold it. So small. Yeah, it's small. It's nice. Okay. All right, let me get it back. Okay, let me get it back. Come on, man. Let's dig in. All right, so we are plugged in. I got my Dunlop Volume X Mini volume pedal / expression pedal coming out the aux with a TRS cable going into the back of the Stomp and the expression input. And basically what today is about is that we can control any parameter we want with our expression pedal. I'm gonna show you how to do that. The first thing that we're gonna do is our wet effects. So number 1, let's control our wet effects. All right, so I have a few presets that I've made up here. This first one is reverb. And let's go over to this bypass controller assigned tab here. And you can see that I have expression pedal 1 set up to manipulate decay and mix. And so this is our tone. Kind of have a room sound, but then as I increase this, we can get very dramatic. I put the decay almost all the way up and the mix almost up to 50. And bring it right back down. And what's cool about this is you can set 2 extreme settings and then dial in as much as you want with your pedal, because you have the sweep of this pedal to dial in whatever you want. So it's very flexible. So about halfway. Finish the song. Now I only assign decay and mix, but the cool thing is you can assign any of these parameters to this. You could bring in some mod or depth or rate or whatever for any reverb. Now let's go to our other wet preset and see how we can do this with delay. Here I have, what do I have? I have feedback, scale, spread, wow, and flutter all assigned to this. So at the heel down, my feedback is at 35, wow and flutter at 2.7. My scale is all the way to 100 and we're set to quarter notes, so that's all we will hear is quarter notes, and I have the spread not so wide. So this is that sound. We have quarter notes. Now when I push this up, I brought the scale down to 75 and I also increased the feedback, brought up the wow and flutter all the way, and made the stereo spread really wide. And also now that I brought the scale down, you will also hear a dotted eighth in there. And that goes on forever. And say you didn't want that much, you could also just pick something halfway. It's just cool how you can see all these things moving with the sweep of the pedal. pretty cool. Now I started with the wet effects because that's how I've seen Expression used the most, to bring in more or less reverb or delay. You can get creative with that. But the next thing I want to do is control Overdrive. Overdrive is one of those effects that people love. They love to crank up different overdrives, have different options. You can see people stacking 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 different overdrives on their board. And so what I want to do is show you, let's come down to this preset, is how to dial in an overdrive and have the full sweep of gain set with our Expression. So this is our clean tone. Pretty hefty clean tone. Turn the overdrive on. On this drive here, you can see that I have bass cut, gain, and treble. So on the heel position, the gain is 2.6. We have some bass cut and a lot of treble cut, but then when I increase the gain all the way to 10, I cut out all the bass and I leave all the treble. I introduce it back in so it kind of cuts through the mix. So we have this sound. And you can play around with that. So let's go here and change some stuff. Right now I have the gain at like, the minimum is 2.6. Let's just take that like really far down and see what we got. Oh, I forgot, the extra boost of tone is actually coming from the amp. I actually increased the tone on the amp and the presence just to cut through the mix even more. Forgot to mention that. Let's see what we got now. Taking the gain all the way out. So you could set this up for your rhythm tone and then just push the lead tone. Or go something in the middle and just get like a 3rd stage or 4th stage overdrive. All the gain you ever wanted. And you could do that with multiple effects, multiple pedals. All right, the third category is modulation. And now this one, I did like 5 different things on this Trinity chorus here. We have the center depth, the left depth, right depth, rate, and mix. And so at the heel position, you can see what we have here. The mix is at 50, and then I just like increase everything and bring the mix all the way up. I bring that rate up so it's more like a vibrato. So this is our tone. And you can bring it down about halfway. Just change it a little bit. All right, the next thing you can do is control your looper. And this might be cool if you wanted to bring in or out different sounds. Like if you have watched this channel before, I've shown you how you can create your own pad sound using the looper. So let's just do that real quick. I got my effects loop. And what I've done is I've set this to the playback parameter here so that we can bring in as much of our loop as we want. So let's create a loop. We'll create a silent loop. A lot of people ask me, I've done this in several videos, and they're like, hey, why the silent loop? What that does is it keeps us from hearing a start and stop, or at least an abrupt start and stop. And I found out recently, I tried to record a long silent loop, and I realized that you only have about, I think it's 30 seconds before it shuts off. But let's go ahead and shut it off there, crank up my reverb, and we will record a loop. lets that shimmer on top. It's beautiful. So we have our pad going. That's my trails from my reverb still. There we go. So now I can bring in as much of that as I want. Just start cranking it up. And you can be in control of your own transitions. How cool is that? Alright, the fifth thing I want to show you is how you can adjust the volume of your pads as you're playing live. If you're by yourself, you can also control your pads. Now, if you watched my video last week, you know that I just introduced the Worship Pads bundle. I have 3 pads that I made over on the website. You can go check it out. They're on sale right now and for a very limited amount of time. The price will go back up, so go get them now if you're interested in that. Let me show you how you can hook this up. If you haven't seen that other video, definitely go check it out, but I use the app called Soundboard. I have all my pads in here. I have a couple boards actually. We have shimmer pad, warm pad, and guitar pad. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug it up with this TRS cable here. It goes into my Apple dongle. It's 1/8 inch on this end. And I just plug this into the second input, or the right input in the back of the HX Stomp. And come over here to the split block, make sure that balance A is all the way to the right, balance B is all the way to the left. I said that backwards, make sure balance A is all the way to the left, balance B is all the way to the right. Push play. Let's do G, because why not? And there's our sound. Now I have a volume block here, and I can just bring this down with the expression pedal and have as much as I want. Similar to looping your own pad, but if you use pads like this, you can change the key. Let's go to D. Bring that in, and then you can play on top of it. Let's go to shimmer pads and do something a little more upbeat. So yeah, you can do that too. Actually, you know what? Let's change the logarithm. Hey, little bonus tip. I've been using my volume pedal on linear, but this logarithmic here makes it a lot more smooth. I like that. Linear was a little jumpy. It's just something you kind of got to feel. But anyways, I think I'm going to start playing around with that setting a little more. Okay, cool. Let's stop that. Fades out in the app all by itself, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's just unplug that. Let's go down to the next thing. And I said 6 things, but this is a bonus. This is 5.5 because I've actually shown you this in depth several times on other videos. But you can use expression to control the B path of your wet effects as opposed to what's going on your A path. So let me show you what I mean. I have my split block here and my mixer block, and so I have this attached to the B path volume on my mixer block, so I can just take it all the way out and just play what's on top, which would sound something like this. bring it all the way in. It's too much. Let's bring it back a little bit. Yeah, so you can have super wet effects. You can do a bunch of different things, change up your reverbs and all that. I've shown that a bunch of times in other videos. You can go check those out. But that is our 5.5. Now for our last thing, and this one is my very favorite. I'm glad you stuck around this long because this is one I'm most excited about. I have on the A path an acoustic sound, and I have on a B path an electric sound. So you can get two different sounds with one preset and be a multi-instrument person. So I'm actually going to put this on the floor so I can manipulate it with my foot because it's hard to play, do it with my hand. Hold on one second. All right, so what you see I have here is on the split block, I have my expression pedal set on the split AB split block here, set to route it to the toe position all the way to the B path and the heel position all the way to the A path. In the A path, we have this really cool acoustic sound. It sounds like this. And in the toe position, it sounds like this. And I also have a looper here, so you could just play back some acoustic chords and then you can play electric on top of it. So let's do that. Or you can just start strumming with your acoustic and add a little bit of electric as needed to help fill out the sound. Alright, that's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share this with a friend like I said earlier in the video, and comment down below which of the 6 was your favorite. I had a lot of fun making this video and there's a lot more coming, so stick around and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.